Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing. Okay. All right. Okay. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing, testing, testing 1, 2, 3. All right. Okay. Uh, Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Does anybody hear me? Does anybody hear me? Uh, Viewer says here. I would turn that off. Well, shoot. Wait for someone to come in. Um, well, testing 1, 2, 3. Testing. Okay. Now we got sound. Now we got sound. Uh, as I said, good morning. I'm waiting for people to come in. And one of the things you can do is you can text me a message. Uh, all I ask is you to make it a question or a comment and make sure it pertains to CPS. Please note your first name and your city or country, state, and county. Also, please make sure this is your first time to tell me your story about your CPS. Now, I'm on here every day, twice a day, 7 days a week. My morning show is Fight CPS with Bob Pace, and it comes on every morning, uh, 10 a.m. on the weekdays and 8 a.m. on the weekends. And um, I want you all to know that um, that it must be a very hard thing you're going through, and I really care about you guys. I'm a loving father and a husband. I've been married for 43 years. I have 43 years of marriage experience, and I am blessed to have raised 6 children, and they're all doing successful. And furthermore, unfortunately, in 2010, I had hiccups. Now, I'll tell you my show times. I forgot to tell you the evening show. As I said, the morning show is on at 10 a.m. on weekdays and 8 a.m. on weekends. My evening show is on at um, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I thank you already for an emoji from Kira Nicole. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Now, I've been doing this now for over 2 years. It's a long time. It's over 25 months. Started October of 2023. And lots of things have changed or been different or stuff like that. But I'm glad that you found me on Facebook, Fight CPS, and this morning show. Now, the evening show is at 7 p.m. every night of the week, Monday through Sunday at 7 p.m. So that's twice a day. You can come in here and ask me about anything regarding child protection system. That's what I call CPS, the Child Protection System. Abbreviated, it's CPS. Now, there's lots of different names in lots of different places. Lots of different names in lots of different places, such as the Orange County is where my case was in California. It was called the Child Protection Services. Next door in LA County is called Department of Children and Family Services. In Prescott, Arizona, it's called the Department of Children's Services. In Richmond, Kentucky, it's called the Cabinet. No matter what it's called, I just make it simple. I call it a child protection system found in every county in every state. It's also found worldwide because this is international live stream. I have a total of 26 countries now that have called it, including the United States. And all the states, the United States have called in or texted in. Now, some of the countries we've had is from Indonesia to Bangladesh to India, then up to the Middle East. We have Saudi Arabia and Iraq and Libya. Then over to the continent of Africa, we have Liberia, and then Sudan, then Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and Mozambique, and then the country of South Africa and its provinces. Then up to Europe, it's been England, United Kingdom, England, Scotland, Wales. It's been Germany, who is the newest country, Germany, and then it's been Denmark and Sweden. Then across the pond, it's North America with Canada and its provinces. And then um, um, in the United States, it's all 50 states. I've even heard from Washington, D.C., which is not a state, about a problem they had with their CPS case. Then south of the border, we have Mexico. And then in Central America, we have Belize. And then down in South America, we have north of Brazil on the East Coast, Grenada. Then across the South Pacific, we have New Zealand and the land down under Australia. So that's the international flavor. But the common thing that all these people, and I'm talking about 3,000 people so far that have talked to me, 3,000 people that have talked to me, is that they ran into a rogue or a bad CPS system. I hate to tell you this, but it seems like 50% of the systems are corrupt. What I mean by that is they're more interested in their money than they are about having families reunified. You see, CPS was started in 62 by an act of Congress that instructed social services to create a body of, of social workers to protect their children from neglect and abuse and to um, uh, and to do what's called family reunification. If necessary to break the family, it should not be all the time, but lately they have been. is that if they have to, they'll set up the kids. It's supposed to be with family members where the kids are placed, but a lot of times they put them into foster care. That process is called trafficking. Trafficking is illegal, but they do it. And then the kids are harmed while they're in the care of foster families. Now, I'm speaking for the 3,000 people. They all have in common how their children, how their families were broken up. During family reunification, it's been found that the best parents are the biological parents. The best parents are the biological parents. And they're the ones that are the best to raise the family, best to raise the family. And so um, I'm going to put the next way you can interact with this live stream is to be a guest on my live stream. Um, you can email me uh, your request, one of the 14 live streams, and I will forward your email to my show producer who will set you up to be a guest on my live stream. And I'd love to have you as a live stream on there. That would be good. That would be good. And so, anyway, uh, my email is shown there in the comments section, the banner. B Pace and Vincent W. Davis. And you just pick so easy one of my shows. I just wanted Bob's Friday night show or Bob's Sunday morning show or Bob Wednesday morning show or Bob's Monday night show. You just say night, morning or night. That's all. Morning or night. And it's one day of the week. And if you want to be on all 14 shows, that's fine. I can take up as many as 9 of you at one time. 9 of you can be on the live stream. So I hope you all partake to it. The rules are simple. We are respectful in the room, and we do not uh, use profanity in the room. There's no eating or smoking in the room. We also don't use the names of children, judges, or social workers. And that's about it, really. If you get knocked off, my show producer has sent you a link. You can put that link back in again. So I hope you all try to be a guest. Now I need to get my phone number up. My phone number is up there at 626-698-0990. And I'd love for you all to uh, call in and you can make your call. Now, I can only do one call at a time. So um, please call in. That's really great. Please call in. Okay. All right. Okay. That takes care of our housekeeping situation. So I'll leave my number up there. Now I see people coming and going, and I'm waiting for your questions. I love to answer them if you have them for me. If you have them for me. Um, okay. Okay. Um, Let me see here. Okay, the other number that we have on the screen, and if you need some legal advice, our lead attorney, um, the phone number that I show there is 888-888-6582. Now, at that number, you can reach Mr. Davis. He's my attorney. I want to tell you something about him. He is a brilliant fighter in CPS. He knows what he's doing. He knows all about how they get your kids back. He's been doing this now for 40 years. And he once was a foster child himself, so he knows about the foster system. He's also a trial attorney, meaning he can do criminal offenses. He not only is he schooled in dependency law, family law, and juvenile law, but he's also schooled in criminal law. So if you're a criminal matter, he can take care of that. Also, a lot of times you will have a CPS case, not a lot of times, but my case it was where you have a criminal charge on top of a CPS charge. They're two different things, they're two different entities, but it can work against you. But he knows what to do. He's a pit bull of an attorney. Also, when your case is over, he can do a civil lawsuit for social workers that have overstepped their bounds, that have, like in my case, my social worker lied, and he caught her on the lie of the stand. She committed perjury on an oath, and there are corruptness about CPS. So he's done $1 million lawsuits where he's won lots of money back from CPS, and so he wants to help you with your case. He wants to help you with your case. So I'm glad that you are here listening, because with myself helping you with any questions that you don't have, Okay. I see so we got two likes here. Hi, Christina Reynoso. Vincent is asking about the two ladies that you asked me to be hired by him. Can you touch me in touch with them? Can you put them in touch with me? With them? You had listed Christy DeLong and Malona Lynn Sanders that want to hire Vincent Davis. And I don't have a number for them or a way to reach out to them. So, Christina Reynosa, if you could there. David, good morning and welcome. What's the latest, David? David, what is the latest? Oh, hi, Christy. You are watching. Good. Sorry about last night. I was trying to do my live stream and there was a new format, and my live stream kind of had a disaster last night. It wasn't going right. Um, okay. Your number is 865-416. Okay. Good morning, David. Welcome to the live stream. Yes, yes. So, what's the latest, David? What's the latest? Oh boy. They're trying to stretch it out and try to break you is what they're trying to do. What has Vincent said? Yeah, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, this thing about child care, it's a necessity, but it's also a cop out by his part. You know, he wasn't forced to have children and to take care of your children. Why can't his wife take care of the child? If she has to go work, they're going to have to take time off. I mean, yeah, yeah, okay, right, okay, okay, yeah, yeah, Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, I know it's a matter of time. It's the hardest thing, though, you have to deal with is the loss of your daughter. That's the sad part. She's been convinced that you're bad. You're a bad dad. And I'm sorry to hear that, David, because I was convinced that I was a bad dad. And there's nothing I could do to stop them doing what they did. They coach the children so badly in CPS. I've seen it firsthand where they put ideas in the child's head and they put the ideas in my case in California. If a child is 12 years or older, they can divorce their parents. There's nothing you can stop about it. There's nothing you can stop about it. I agree. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. Right, 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 right. We have a new person in the room, Christy DeLong. I don't know where she's from, but she wants very much to hire Vincent Davis. She's listening to you and to me and seeing how the show does. And she says if they are, yeah, yeah, I was going to say this is what she says. Uh, there are trends that they promise them everything they want to get them on their side. So that's what they've done with your daughter. They gave my 5-year-old, this is her case, uh, what she wanted, everything I said no to. Like in my case, I didn't want my daughter to have a phone at 12. I wanted her to be rewarded when she finished middle school with good grades to have a phone when she went into high school. So I said no, but CPS gave a phone to my daughter. And so, anyway, this lady, Christy, has a 5-year-old, and she says no to dating boys. We didn't know staying out late at night, no curfew, meeting guys, or Snapchat. My daughter went for as a Christian or church home. Um, to the hours early on during a 20-year-old that just last week left bruises on her, and they're okay with that. I have no idea what she's talking about. This is the first time I heard from you, Christy. Um, yeah, she says teens, not 10. Sorry. Should have said a 15-year-old sorry. Oh, she meant instead of 5-year-old, it's a 15-year-old she's dealing with, a 15-year-old. And her 15-year-old is not listening to her mother. She's trying to rebel against it. And she's taking advantage of the system. She's taking advantage of the system. Okay, well, thank you for staying there. Hopefully, Christy will call in. She gave me her phone number. Maybe I could call her. But, David, God bless you. I want you to talk to me, but if I don't talk to you, happy Thanksgiving and Merry Christmas. You're a good man. I'm behind you, and I'll do anything you ask me, what there it is. All right. God bless you too, David. You have a good day. You bet. Bye bye. Bye bye. Okay, that was David Halago, who has Mr. Davis as his attorney, who's fighting a case where a daughter is controlling the courts and they're giving her information. Now we have Christy DeLong. I'm going to call her because she just put her number up. I'll see if she can talk. A second here. Okay. All right. It's 865-416-9497. Okay, I'm calling Christy DeLong. Yeah, good morning. Is this Christy DeLong? It's a pleasure meeting you, and I'm so sorry you've had a difficult time trying to reach out to me yesterday. And it was like a Chinese fire drill yesterday. I was trying to do a live stream, and it just wasn't working. And then I wasn't. Yeah, I agree with you. But anyway, it sounds like you have a 15-year-old daughter. I was just speaking with David Helago, who has a 10-year-old daughter who reportedly said her dad did things inappropriate to her. And then she changed her. Yes, she's taken advantage of the situation where her dad does discipline. And a lot of kids do that. I have the same case with my daughter. She made up stories. And anyway, to make a long story short, when she was 12 years old, the social worker and the judge and the CASA encouraged her to divorce her mom and dad. So she's no part of me. She's 23 now, and it's been already 12 years uh, since she's been gone. I mean, it's been a sad thing to do with it. So it is a hard thing you're working with because CPS is corrupt. The one they're dealing with is in Santa Barbara County, and the police in Santa Maria and other things are lying. They're all trying to stall him, hoping that he can't come up with the money for Mr. Davis. Now, Christina said you're interested in hiring Mr. Davis. What location are you at? Tennessee. You're the same place as Aaron. I have another person in this room that's on all the time in Tennessee. There's also a gentleman I had in Tennessee too. There's about three or four of you, and I hear nothing but bad news and stuff like that. Um, would you want me to set up a time to talk to Mr. Davis? Oh boy.
borrowed, yeah, people were not rich.
No, I
I
know that.
borrowed from everything, and I took loans out that now I can't even struggle to pay those loans back just to, to get the attorney that we had. And
Yeah.
really,
Was
in the end,
this
it was really all for nothing because he ended up turning crooked and leaning toward their side as well.
was he a dependency family law, juvenile law attorney? Was he a that kind of attorney?
He was a family attorney. When we started out, he seemed to be really good. It's really nice that he didn't work. Maybe the stock was good.
Was he the first
But
person that you talked to, or did you get quotes from three different
uh,
people?
no, he was probably the first one that we talked to. He had done when my son has a little girl, and him and the baby mama split, and he worked with my son, and he was really good with her. But there was a CPS involved. It was just a quick. Um, he son got emergency custody of his daughter for a few weeks, and then the mama decided on joint custody. So he was really good in that situation, but it wasn't a CPS involved situation. Now with mine, it was a CPS involved situation, and it ended up a whole lot different. Um, so yeah, it's crazy at how crooked the system is and what they do. And I have no idea how many stories that are just actually are out there until the last few months of researching and going through it and digging in. But it sounds like there's a whole lot of the same similar stories. That this is what they do. They find kids that will say that dad did something inappropriate, and then they run with it. And that's
Yeah.
exactly how our case was.
So, what did it happen? Was the child at 15 not happy with his mom and dad?
Yep, she wanted to date a boy. We had never met the boy, and of course, we have always said no dating until you're 16. The world's not a safe place now, and it's just not. It's just not safe. I mean, so our rule is always you're not dating until you're 16. When you are 16, we'll talk about it. And so he meets this boy. He came to church one time, never came back again. We said, listen, you're not going on a date with him. If you want to, if he wants to come to church and sit with you, he wants to go to Sunday school, he wants to go out to eat with us, he can meet us, Sunday afternoons on lunch, and we'll get to know him. And then, when you turn 16 or several months, we'll talk about it. Well, no, that boy didn't want to do that. He just wanted her to get in his truck and go with her. Well,
How old is the boy? How old is the boy?
he was 17.
Okay, that's the big,
And
yeah.
yeah, so we were like, nope, not. So, well, first story, he kept pressuring her. She went to the neighbor lady who was friends with us, and she told her that boys, she has no girls. She was like, well, if you were my daughter, I'd let you date. I think your mom should let you date. Well, for one, she's not. You don't have a daughter, so you might feel different if you did have a daughter. That was 16 with a 17-year-old boy after. Your feelings, I think, might be a little bit different in that situation. So, of course, that mama led her to believe that I was just horrible because I wouldn't let her date and blah, blah, blah. So she told the neighbor that my husband had touched her inappropriately over her clothes 10 years ago, but had never done anything since. She was safe with him now. Things were fine. So this mama runs to CPS and tells this is what my daughter told. So, of course, then here we have CPS show us on the door. And I had never dealt with this kind of situation before, so I was like, well, you know, anything else? I mean, what questions do you have? So they took my daughter to a forensic interview and then came back and said,
Yeah.
And needless to say, even though he passed this and there was no red flags, no concerns from either of those side doctors, that still wasn't enough for CPS. So they kept digging in, kept feeding my daughter the line of crap that they feed him. In July, they finally took her from us. Then in September, we signed our rights. They terminated. We signed voluntarily terminated rights.
Oh no.
So yeah.
So where is she now? Where is she now? Where is she now?
She's in Foster in Kingsport, Tennessee, about an hour from where we live at. We live in Sevierville.
Now, wasn't there a family member that she could be with?
No.
You have no family members that she could live with.
Afraid that hey, she lied on death. What's she going to do to us when we don't let her have her way? You know, they all
Oh
have kids of
boy.
their own. So you know, Mom, what do we do if we take her? We can't come around you. We can't see you. We don't. You know, it's already a strain to see Dad. You know, what do we do? And if we take her, what if we tell her no? And then she lies on our husband, then hanging on our kids. And I'm like, you guys don't. You can't put your babies at risk because of her. She's 15, and yes, it's brainwashed her, but she's made this decision, and you can't put your, you know, I don't want my grandbabies, you know, at risk. So they were, you know, all of them said, we can't do it. You know, this is the past year too, then this is, you know, this is what it is. So
There's an uncle or an aunt or a grandmother that could watch her.
We don't have family here in Tennessee. Our family is originally from Illinois, Indiana. So, and my mom passed away, so she doesn't really have a grandma that, you know, she can, even if, you know, that was possible if my mom passed away. So, and pretty much, you know, my husband has brothers and sisters, and his mom is still alive, and my dad is still alive, but they're all the same thing. If she lied on you, what would she do to us? So nobody wanted to take that risk. Honestly, after seeing the hell that went through, I can't really blame them, you know?
Yeah, I don't. I can understand that. Now, did you know that just because they live in Illinois and you're in Tennessee, doesn't mean a child can be placed with them? CPS will always try to talk you out of that because there's a thing
Right.
called the ICPC, the Interstate Compact for Placement of Children, and that is that's a non-government entity, a private entity that makes sure the child is transferred from one state to the other state. But they always tell you that CPS. See, people don't understand or know CPS, and they probably don't understand why they're doing it. Yeah, they're doing this because of money. It's $1 trillion business, and it's money.
It's legal child trafficking, basically.
Yeah, it is. It's legal child trafficking, and you know that trafficking is illegal. Alienation is illegal, and they are trying to alienate you from your child. They support her by saying the things you did.
Now, you know, she called me and she's like, I want to come back home. Mom, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have trusted him. I should have believed you. And I'm like, there's nothing I can do now. You know, I'm like,
well, she can sit there. She can sit there and tell the CPS, I lied. My dad did not do anything to me. I was coerced.
Where she texts her guardian and lied and said, I want to see my dad. I was there. And screenshots of when she was out at 1 o'clock in the morning running the streets of foster care. I read the screenshots of where she was texting like people on her social media from Instagram and Snapchat,
Right.
bragging about, you know, trade sexual abuse for drugs. And I really because he was like, how did you get where I said this? Right? So I was like, look, you took her from me because you know, this thing is not safe with me, but all this that she's doing, how is a 15-year-old at 1 o'clock in the morning and that's okay? How is she trading drugs for the sexual favors?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is okay. All this stuff that you're doing is still in the foster home is documented. And you were it's okay. And he said, well, if he was working for her, how did you get that stuff? You shouldn't be going through her phone or her personal account. I'm like, she's 15 for one. I pay that phone bill. And I continue to pay a phone bill. I will check that phone anytime I want. Like there's my document right.
Well,
It's my phone technically because I paid for it. And she's a minor. So as long as
if
she was in my care,
right.
I will check that
Here's
phone.
the thing is anybody under the age of 18 has to listen to mom and dad. The problem being is that the courts have gotten so lenient that they allow in certain states for children to divorce their parents at 12. And it is sad. It's really, really, really
Yeah.
sad because you raise
And
your
then they wonder
child.
why when they turn 18 and they
Yeah,
get adults that the jails and the legal system is full of unruly 18, 19, 21-year-olds that have no respect for the law or for the court systems. Well, you taught them at 16 they didn't have to have any respect for the court system or the law. So
right.
why you want to have respect for you now at 18, 19 when you started at 15, 16 they didn't have to?
You're right. You're right. You're right. That is awful, Christy. I did not know that your rights. See, the guardian ad litem, who's like a CASA, a court
Yeah,
appointed service advocate, their ears, listening ears for CPS. They're not really there to help out. They're supposed to help out
exactly.
people. They're, guardians ad litem are given not only to children, but given to the adults because they're hoping that you bend, open their ear and stuff. They are
Yeah,
so fat with the money that they get. You see, the money flows from the federal reserves to the state reserves to the county reserves. That money is never accountable. It flows so freely and so much. Billions of dollars are being sent from the federal government to the state, and millions of dollars are sent to the county. That's why it's $1 trillion business. And the thing, as long as there's money, there's incentives, bonuses for social workers.
yeah.
Did you know in 1997, President Bill Clinton signed into law called the Incentive Act, where that if a child is adopted in foster care, the child protection system gets a
It's a
$35,000
bigger bonus.
bonus.
Yeah,
They get that
yeah.
bonus, and it's
I
sad.
learned a lot over the last month. This started in January. We've dealt with it
Okay.
from January until September.
Yeah.
It's amazing when you start digging into research and that stuff that you didn't know until you're in the middle of that situation how much you learn
Well,
and just how crooked
yeah,
they really are.
the previous caller, David, who doesn't have unlimited source of funds, is being drained. They keep postponing. They've postponed the trial so many
Yeah,
times.
yeah, that's
And
what they do until they throw you
no,
and
no,
you're worse person. You're screwed by the system. There's no coming out.
yeah, yeah. Well, it is a hard fact, and I'm so sorry that you wasted all the money. Vincent Davis is a good man, but even him is taken advantage of by the court systems. They're very corrupt.
Yeah,
And it's not just one case or two cases. Over 3,000 people I've talked to in the last 24 months, 25 months, I've talked to from around the world, not only from the United States, from around the world, have been had by CPS, have been
yeah.
had. And it's nothing
And then
that,
the severe county is actually a couple lawsuits that parents have that will go after right now.
yeah,
And but I don't know where updates, but I have seen where
right.
there's
Well,
two going against just this
right.
severe county.
Well, Kentucky has the similar problems. I have Faye, who's a lady in Richmond, Kentucky, that's gone through hell over freezing. Her health has deteriorated so bad, and
It
it's
will take you down physically,
yeah,
like
it
health
does.
wise. It drags you through a mental, state. When my daughter, like I said, she calls now and she texts. And when she called last week, and I didn't even really know. She sent me a picture, and her arm was up over her head, like one hand over her eye, and I noticed a big bruise on her. And I was like, Did you get that bruise on your arm?" And she said, "I got bit." I said, "You got bit by what?" And so then she started coming up with it was a boyfriend that she was dating that bit her, and he's
Right.
20 years old. And I'm like, that's not someone who loves you. You were never raised to see violence in her home. My husband has never raised his hand to me. You know, he's not a perfect man and I'm not a perfect woman, but
Yeah.
our kids were never raised in homes to see violence. And, I'm like, you were not raised like that. Why would you allow someone to treat you like that? She's like, he was just doing it to play. And I'm like, no. To leave a bruise like that around your whole, like, mid-arm, that's not playing. And then when I took a picture to my oldest daughter, she was like, "Mom, what about her black eye?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know. I didn't even see the black eye. I was so focused on the bruise on the arm that I missed the eye that she was trying to cover up with the hand over it." And so I'm like, "Who is this guy?" And so we got to like investigating and digging in. And yeah, he's 20 years old, dating a 16. She's now 16, so he's dating a 16-year-old now. I'm like,
Yeah.
and that's okay with that she's allowing her to date a 20-year-old man at 16.
Yeah.
And if she come home, because you know, if she come home with visual like that in any of our parents' houses, they'd have us for dead. But it's okay in the foster
Well, that's
because they're getting
because
the money.
the foster home is probably the kids, if they have other kids, are abusing the other kids, and the foster parents are probably not respectable foster parents. They're far and few. I have one foster mom that comes in here in my room all the time. Her name is Betty Joe from Montana. She is a foster mom, but they're far and few that are respectable. They're far and few.
Yeah, it's a very messed up system, and it's not innocent until proven guilty anymore. It's guilty until you're lucky enough to prove your innocence.
Right. Well, Christy, I'm so glad you found me. I don't know how you found me, but I'm glad you did.
Actually, somebody in a Facebook group, I have to look back to see her name, but she was talking about you. It
Okay,
was people
good.
was looking for an attorney that would take on CPS because those are far and
Right,
few between two. Not
right,
very many that will actually, truthfully and honestly, stand up against them. So
right,
it was in
right.
a Facebook CPS group.
Well, what I have to do is, I hate to say this, but I have to end my show. Not that because I want to,
Right.
but because I'm only allowed 1 hour, and there's Vincent's got his own live stream coming up this morning about an hour from now. I think his live stream is on at 10 o'clock, and you can listen to that. You just call into the office at AAA 6582 and ask for the schedule and how to hear Mr. Davis's show. I do want you to stay in touch, though, and talk to you some more, because what you're saying does help out other parents that have a similar situation. David talks from time to time. He's the one I turned on to Mr. Davis. He went and hired Mr. Davis. Mr. Davis is in Arcadia, California, LA County. David is in Santa Maria, which is not that far away, and Santa Barbara County is the next county over from Los Angeles County. So, you know, he talks to me. I tell it straight as it is from my experience in the trenches, and he's able to. He's listened to Vincent Davis' advice, but you're right. The money does eventually run out, and he's worried about that because now he's been talking to me since September, and now it's December, and they still have not
Yeah,
had that.
that's the way I was. It
Yeah,
just ran. I physically did not have any more to keep fighting with.
right. Especially at an attorney that turned out sour in the end. It's really hard to find a good attorney, and
Yes, it did.
I know that.
Well, thank you for talking today, and I'll definitely keep in
Well, I
touch
want
with
you to
you guys
know
more
that
for
what you
sure.
do by calling and sharing your story does help out others. And if
Yeah.
I'll pass on the information to Vincent Davis, but he does know
Okay.
he does too much pro bono anyway. I mean, he helps out so many people, and
Right.
he's like uh, the Dutch boy holding all the leaks in the dam. He's got his fingers in so many holes. He has no more fingers, and so
Right.
it is really a hard
Well,
situation he's in. So
yeah. It's a hard situation for everyone for sure.
yeah, but I thank you so much, the Colin Christie from uh, Tennessee, and as I
Thank
say,
you.
God bless you.
I'll
And the
keep
best
watching
thing to
there.
do is say to your daughter, "I love you. I'm here if you need me." But right now, unless you can sit there and tell CPS that you lied and you did wrong, yeah, there's no way to get you back home, especially when you
Yeah.
accuse your father of something inappropriate, which has not happened. That's a bad mistake.
Exactly.
And that's what children
Yes.
do. That's what teenagers do.
Yeah.
So
And
anyway,
because that's what CPS wants us to do.
right, they're
That's their
they're
basic.
taught schooled. It is a bait trap. It is really simple there. And I talk from experience. I've talked to over 3,000 people, and not only from the United States, from around the world. It's happening everywhere. It's happening
Yeah.
everywhere. And it's worse in other countries. It's worse in other countries. I mean, I've heard from Iran and how horrible it is with their children. And, it's really, really, really bad. Even a rich country like Saudi Arabia, they still have problems. And when you speak to people, poor countries like Bangladesh and India, they have problems there too. It's amazing. I get all the attention I do from all the people from around the world. But I'm here to help.
Yeah.
I do go through step by step on here. And if it takes 3 or 4 days, I'll do that with you. So I'm
All
always
right.
here
Well,
to
thank you
help.
very much.
And thank you too, Christy, for sharing your story and being a part of this live stream. And I'll be talking to you. Okay, Christy?
Thank you. You have
You
a
bet.
great day.
You bet. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Okay, that was Christy DeLong from Tennessee. Has a heartbreaking story of a 15-year-old turned against their parents because they want to set rules about dating older men. This is sad. You know, I think parents, if it is 18 years old, they're a minor. Parents should have full control over their children, not should be downplayed because they're being awful. Not all parents are bad, and that's what's happening with CPS. They're labeling all parents are bad, and that should not be the case. But I want to thank Christy DeLong for her phone call, and she's from Tennessee, along with Aaron from Tennessee and a gentleman from Tennessee. I also want to thank David Hilago, a remarkable man, and he has really gone through so much emotional. The mother's not involved in his case, and uh, Re- Renozo. Uh, so anyway, I have to leave the show, but it's time for me to go. I want to thank all my listeners out there. I put up a banner about Doge, which is the last resort you can deal with your CPS matter at the federal government level. Check out their website. The phone numbers do work and their email does work. They can help you if you exhaust your research with the county or the state. They're at the federal level. So I'll be on again tonight at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Um, do not give up on your child, fighting your child. I still love my daughter who has been taken from me. I'm not giving up. It's just harder in life. It's so hard in life. Anyway, um, there'll be a short video. Please watch it through its entirety. So this is Bob Pace signing off. And have a great day, and I'll see you tonight.
A vivid picture is encrypted in your mind as the critics get in line like they're witnessing a crime. But then you notice there's a shiver in your spine from the feelings of discontentment and bitterness combined. Heartbroken when you listen to the judges. Another kid's innocence corrupted, and if you go against then it's destructive. Consider this predicament the toughest, but we believe in a system fit for justice. Child Protective Services only pretends to save it. The one solution for this is worthy of instant praises. 30 years of experience with relentless cases. Allow me to introduce them. This is Vincent Davis, defending you when they don't think a mother fits the role. Is it juvenile dependency or government control? Observe the pain in their eyes. It's time for us to realize we are the last